So the internet's been asking this question for years. Should you buy PS Vita? Now this is my PS Vita. I didn't get this when it originally came out. I got it after the fact, trying to get a good shot without my softbox in the frame. But I've had it for a long time. It was sitting in a drawer and I kind of dug it up and I was like, I wonder if anything new has happened. And sure enough, there's been tons of breakthroughs with the Vita community. And you probably have the same question I have. Is it worth modding this and playing games on it in 2023? Now, just so you know, the Vita is probably one of the best handhelds of all time. It's the form factor, the screen size, the buttons, the Wi-Fi capability, the apps that it had. Like literally, this device is amazing. The form factor is amazing. It fits in the palm of your hand. You can easily put it in jeans pockets. Has a camera in the back, camera in the front. Yeah, camera in the front. It should have been the most revolutionary handheld of all time, but for some reason, Sony kind of fails in the handheld department. The Nintendo DS and the 3DS and all those other Nintendo consoles constantly beat out Sony. I don't know why. I remember when this got announced, and I remember having the original PSP, and that thing was amazing. But they always seem to fall to the wayside and become like the forgotten child. That being said, in 2023, this isn't a bad device if you want to play certain types of games. Now, I think what they're saying is the biggest breakthrough is that it's very easy to mod this device. Before it used to be very difficult, lots of steps, connect to the computer, do all this crazy stuff. Now you can just go to a website on the device and download the jailbreak. Let's say it's a jailbreak or the mod or the hack. And honestly, even though it's easy to do that process, it took me forever to figure out exactly how to put games on this thing, how to set up the emulators. And then even after the fact, I think I was up all night. It ran not so great. So yeah, you might see the Vita and think this is a sexy piece of equipment. I'd love to just take this around with me, put it in my pocket. You know, Sony outdid themselves. And you wouldn't be wrong. But the fact is that this thing is not powerful enough to justify getting it in 2023. I'm going to be honest with you, because 9 out of 10 times, I bet you have an Android phone laying around. Now, this is my Android phone. It's a S9 from 2019 or 2018 or something like that. I just put a backbone controller on there. I made a video on it. You can check it out. And that thing is way more powerful than this Vita. And because it's a phone with Wi-Fi, it's very easy to download and put games on there and use it for literally anything. It's idiot friendly. That's what it is. Now, just to give you a big disclaimer, the biggest issue I had with this device was my Wi-Fi network. The Vita has a very old Wi-Fi radio. Most places that you go to have 5G Wi-Fi. Some places do have 2.4G Wi-Fi, but I had such a hard time connecting this to my network, and I didn't realize that the reason it was going so slow and the reason it was giving me issues was because it doesn't have an updated Wi-Fi modem. And that's a big issue when most of the stuff that you're going to put on here might be large games that you're downloading from their homebrew store. Becomes a pain in the ass, honestly. Ease of use, even though they're saying that it's easy to mod this thing, the ease of use of actually downloading and getting games on here and getting them to work properly and run at full speed is not worth it. Honestly, I'm making a video where I'm building a DIY emulation machine for under $199. I'll drop the video. You can watch my channel and see it if it's up already. Waiting for a couple parts, but you can definitely build a better version of the PS Vita, especially because some places you can get this for cheap. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I didn't pay too much money for it, but you can definitely get one of these for about 100, let's say 150. I don't know about shipping and tax. You might be able to find one of these locally, somebody who doesn't know the value of it, and get it for $100. It's possible, but it's not worth the $100. You're better off getting an Android device or a dedicated handheld for $150. The Anbernic or Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. I know they have some underpowered processors, but there's still better options control-wise and portability-wise. Technically speaking, not that I want to make this video about it, but this is a better PS Vita and PSP than this is. And yeah, the size isn't the same. The size is pretty different. They're not as pocketable, but if you don't care about pocketability, which kind of is the whole point of this and was for me, you can pick this controller for $100 and you can pick up an Android phone used on like Facebook Marketplace or Mercari. Honestly, I should do a sponsorship on Mercari because I've bought in so many used things from there for a decent price, like that sub $199 price point. and easily emulate everything that this could and more. So that being said, if you have a PS Vita lying around in your house and it's collecting dust, I don't like having e-waste around. I think it's one of the biggest detriments to our society. The fact that we have tons of electronics since the beginning of like technology just laying around in a dump. I think we should recycle them. And you want to use it and you don't mind the headache, then yeah, get a PS Vita in 2023. But if you don't have a PS Vita, don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. Don't give yourself an aneurysm trying to get this thing set up correctly. Do yourself a favor and get a nice Android phone for the low. I promise you, you will have a better time. You'll actually spend that time playing and enjoying the device instead of being like, what a headache this was to set up. So that being said, I know that Sony is supposed to be releasing Project Q, which is not really a PS Vita successor, but I wish they would drop some type of PS Vita successor because it wouldn't be hard for Sony. They have access to Android. They have Android phones that they make already. They know how to make really good controllers, i.e. like this Backbone, which I mean has a PlayStation name on it right there. So like why can't you just drop it, Sony? Like we'd buy it up, make it sub $200. But again, that's a conversation for another time. Android. Get an Android. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question for 2023, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same in 2024. So don't waste your time watching more videos on if you should get a Vita. But watch more videos on my channel because, like I said, I'm dropping a video where I'm building a 199 sub emulation handheld machine, and I'll show you what those components are. Technically, it is this one right here that I have, this Backbone one, with my Galaxy S9, but honestly, there's another device that's a little bit better. So check my channel, see if it's up, and if it's not, subscribe and stay tuned.